Hi, it's Lori from Coast to Coast Craft Girls, coming to you from the West Coast. Today I wanted to share a fun wedding card that I made. It's using the Crafter's Companion Decorative Flourish and an embossing folder and some nesting dies, just to kind of make a little bride and groom with a little tuxedo and a bouquet and everything. Love how that came together. So let me show you how it's made. Okay, so the card base is 5x7. It's just a plain white 5x7 card base. And I cut a piece of silver mirror card that's just a little bit shy of 5x7, just about 1/8 of an inch. And then I cut a piece of white Centura pearl with a hint of silver that's about a quarter of or a quarter of an inch smaller. And then I used the Crafter's Companion Decorative Flourish to cut into that one corner. So just like that. And I've already done that and taken all the bits out. And I'm just gonna glue that onto my card base just like that. You can raise it up on foam tape if you want, but I think I'm just gonna leave it flat. Just make sure you get glue in and around all of this die cut. In particular, there's a couple of spots where there's like these little curly Q things, and you don't want those peeling up, so you want to get some glue in and around on those little pieces so they don't start, lifting. Okay, so we got that down. Then I cut a white heart out of the Crafter's Companion Heart Stitched Edge nesting die. This one is 2 1/4 inches high. And I cut it out of white cardstock, and then I ran it through this Crafter's Companion embossing folder. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know what it's called, but basically what you want is a fairly small, tight pattern so that it gets the heart nicely embossed without, so you can see that there's embossing on it, but it's not like a third of a flower or something. So you just kind of pick an embossing folder that kind of looks about right. Then I cut the same heart in black, and I cut part of it in white. And I only need like this center part, so I didn't worry too much about getting the whole thing. So I just used a scrap because I just really only want part of that. And then on this piece, on what I'm going to do, because this is going to be like the tuxedo and then the shirt behind. So this is going to go on the back, but I need to cut away part of that black. So what I did is I took my ruler and I measured about, it's about a 3/4 of an inch width centered around that middle. And then I measured down 1 inch. And I'm going to cut from there to there and there to there. And I'll draw it so you can see. So I'm going to cut from here down to there and from there down to there. And that's going to create my opening for my shirt to show through. Okay. And I'm just going to cut with my scissors. And you can cut with a paper trimmer, I guess, if you want, but it's a fairly easy cut. More. Okay, so there's my cutout, and then when I put it together, see, it looks like a tuxedo jacket with the white shirt behind. So we're going to glue those together, and that's why I said I don't need the full white heart. I just need enough to show that part. Now I want to make a bow tie. So all I did is I took this tiny little scrap of black cardstock and I marked the center and down just a little bit. And I'm just basically going to cut from the corner down to that mark on both sides. I'm going to get my little snips. Now, if you have a little die or something that makes a bow tie, that's great. And honestly, I probably do somewhere. But I thought I'd just try to cut it myself. So my bow tie is going to go there. And that's actually good enough. Doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, as long as it's, you know, clear that it's intended to be a bow tie, that's really all you need. I'm going to take some little black gems to make buttons. I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3 with the little tiniest little gems. And there we go. Now I've got my tuxedo and my wedding dress, and I'm going to put my hearts on here just like that, raised up with some foam. Now you can put a sentiment on if you want, but I think what I'm going to do is I've got these little paper flowers, and I thought I would use them, some of them, you know, to put alongside the white, like a little bouquet. I've got white, or I've got these kind of a yellowy pinky color on the side. No, I think I'll go with the white. So I need 3 of them, and these I got off Amazon. They're little paper flowers on a wire, and I'm just going to cut that wire off. Just like that. And that's all there is to it. Love that. Super easy to make. So much fun. This was much easier than I thought it might be. Anyway, thanks for watching.